Hey, what's up, you guys? AC Samurai here, back in another video. Today, for you guys, I'm going to be talking about the time where my best friend's fiance cheated on him 3 days before they were supposed to get married. Yeah, the story is going to be pretty crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit that like button, subscribe, tell us post notifications to all so you guys never miss another video. Alright, let's get into this video. Alright, as I said, one of my friend's girlfriend. Oh wait, I didn't say that. I said fiance. Yeah, that was his fiance who had cheated on him, but not the normal way. She cheated on him with a threesome. Yeah, she was in bed with not one, but two other guys. Now, we're gonna start the story from the beginning so you guys can get the gist of it. It all started as a normal day. I woke up, got dressed, had a shower, brushed my teeth. The usual. And so what happened was, I had nothing to do that day. I was just gonna stay up all day and all night and just play some video games and have fun the entire day. But of course, my friend, he had a going by party because he is going to another country, and I was like, okay, he's having a go away party. I should come because that going away party is tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Today I'll play video games all day, have fun, and then tomorrow I'll go for his go away party. The next day comes, I get ready, have a shower, brush my teeth, have breakfast, the usual, get dressed, and I get ready to go for the party. Then we get there. Now there's drinks. Thankfully, there isn't any the devil's lettuce, but there was drinks, stuff to get you a little high. Now, I didn't take any because I wanted to get out of there as fast as possible. I just wanted to be there with my friends. That's about it. And so my friend, he never drank either, but he felt like a really bad headache. And so he was like, ugh, my head hurts. Can we and then he goes to his girlfriend and he's like, hey, can we leave? I'm like, oh, his girlfriend's like, no, but I'm having fun at this party. Can we just leave later? And here's a bit of information about his girlfriend. His girlfriend, back when he was in high school, yeah, she cheated on him. But don't worry, it wasn't that bad. She kissed another guy. So I guess that's pretty bad, but it was just a kiss. And she said she was drunk. She didn't mean to, and I would not have gotten back together with her. Even if she was drunk, she cheated on me. I would not have gone back with her. But he decided if he likes her enough, he'll get back with her. And so I was kind of hoping that she had changed, from a cheater to an actual loyal human being. And so I was like, I'm really hoping that she's loyal. For my friend's sake, because that's his fiance now. I keep saying girlfriend, but it's fiance. I am so sorry. So, his fiance, I really hope she changed. And so she's like, no, I don't want to leave yet. I'm having so much fun here. And I'm thinking in my head, holy shit, man. Your fiance is sick. Go home with him. Because he wants to go home. And I speak up and I'm like, hey, man, I'll go home with you. And he's like, oh, really? Thanks, man. And then we get a ride and we start to leave. And I'm thinking in my head, yo, is she really not coming? And then there's my other friends. I'll call the person who's still at the party. I'm gonna call him James, right? And so James, he was the man's fiance's friend. My friend's, my friend who has a fiance. Yeah, that's his roommate. And so he was like, I texted him, texted John, and hey man, can you just look at my friend's fiance? She's acting kind of weird. And so he's like, yeah, and he knows the deal about her and how she cheated on him before. And so he was like, oh yeah, I'm already on it. So I was like, okay, good. And so he was just looking at her, like, every 5 minutes. And then she goes into a room with a guy by themselves. And now he calls me up and he's like, yo, she's in a room with a guy. I'm like, holy shit, man. And then I'm like, okay, I'm coming back to the party. Because I'm definitely not going to just let her cheat on him again. And so I drive back to the party. Well, they take me back to the party. I can't drive yet, but they take me back to the party. And so what happened was, I'm back there, and he's like, oh yeah, she's in that room. And like, my friend's roommate, yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, she's in that room. So I'm like, okay. And then I walk in, like, I don't know why I walked in. I should have probably just knocked. I walked in, and I see her with not one, but two guys. One on the top, the other one on the bottom. And they both were inside. I was fucking shocked. Now, I wasn't the type of guy to just look there and stare. I would just look and then immediately, like within not even a second, like a fraction of the second, get back out. Now, she got super freaked out. Now, I'm like, okay, I'm definitely not gonna go back in there. I'm just gonna wait till she's out. 1 hour later, legit 1 hour, I was waiting outside. She comes out and she's like, oh my god. Like, her face turns white. And she's like, what are you doing here? I thought you were with my fiance. Sorry about that. I thought you were with my fiance. So I'm like, no, I came here to see because you were in the bed with two other guys. And she just like, oh shit on her face. She just looked like, oh shit, I fucked up. Big time. And so I'm like, yeah, you definitely messed up. I'm gonna go tell him now. She's like, no, 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 no. Don't tell him. He's gonna be broken if you do. I'll tell him. Now, you see, she's kind of a liar, right? I'm like, oh, okay, you're gonna tell him, right? Okay, I'll come with you. We can tell him together. She's like, no, I prefer to tell him by myself. She was not gonna tell him. And so immediately I call him up and I tell him immediately what happened. Now he started like, oh, like laughing, like, oh, you're just joking with me. And I'm like, I'm serious, man. And he just cuts the call immediately. I'm like, shit, man. Now I take a ride back because he was staying at his fiance's place because the party was happening at his place because his roommate. So I drive back to his fiance's place, and he's like crying, like his eyes out, like his eyes are legit red, watering. I felt so bad for him because his fiance that he's dating for over 4 years now has just cheated on him again. Not like it's like the first time or she was drunk or anything. It doesn't matter if you're drunk, you still know what you're doing, right? At least you have some idea of what you're doing. Even if you shit face drunk, it's still no excuse that you're cheating on a person. I was so pissed at her, and he was legit crying. So I'm like, okay, we need to leave because she's coming now. And she arrives, and I take him out to the car. Now she wants to talk to him. And now, in the state that he's in, I did not think that was such a good idea. So I'm like, nah, you can't. She's like, I need to talk to him. I'm like, no, you can't. And she basically tries to fight me. I push her away, run into the car, and tell the driver to drive quickly. We drove away. She never bothered him much. She called him like 10 times that night, but I make sure to take his phone away. See, the thing is, if she tried to explain what happened, he would have probably forgiven her. And her parents were coming out for the wedding. And now he went and answered one of the calls because she was calling way too many times. And so he answers it and he's like, yeah, just tell your parents to cancel their flight immediately. You never say hi, anything else. He's just like, tell your parents to cancel their flights. Because her parents were legit coming because they thought that she was getting married. And he kind of like, there was cameras inside the room. Yeah, so he kind of got the camera footage. He posted it on, a website. that's mainly used for when you need to get release some stress. It starts with a P, ends with .com. Yeah, that he posted it there, and he left a link to it, and he tagged her parents, tagged basically all of her close family and all of his family in that. And so they kind of all watched it, and they all got shocked. She legit got kicked out by got disowned by her parents. Her parents hated her now, and she basically had nowhere to live. So she was on the streets for a little while, but then she found a rich husband, and now she's living a happy, rich life. Yeah, I guess it kind of ended well for her. She got a rich man, but over time, my friend got over it, and he found a better girl that he's married to now, and they have a very happy life. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, turn post notifications to all so you guys never miss another video. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Bye.